What's good, everybody? Ace of all trades here with the game Illuminaughty. We are back for another Triple Threat Sports podcast. Appreciate you guys for coming through. This is episode 55. Shout out to all you guys listening to us on your favorite podcast platforms, and shout out to you guys in the YouTube channel for watching us. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. It's been wonderful. Shout out to you guys always commenting down below as well. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. First, Chicago's very own leader of the flock. Say what up.
Turning my ringer off because that would be highly unprofessional. Shoot. Let's go.
True. All right, next person we got is Texas' favorite son, Siggy Gun. Say what up.
What up?
True. And Mr. Arch himself from St. Louis, UTXJG to Don. Say what up.
Another week, another dub. Let's go.
This guy. So we gotta keep this dude out. This guy.
Talk about the just too, right?
Yeah, talk about this.
Yeah,
guy. This guy
yeah.
The high horse, man. So let's just get right into it, you guys. So another week, and this is just a fantastic week, especially for sports. You got the NBA season, which is currently going on right now. The most important game of the year is happening already. The Lakers, they play a little bit later at the time of this recording, so you know I gotta throw that out there. Lake Show, we getting it. Let's go playoffs, baby. But there's a lot of news going on, but we're gonna get it quick.
That's
for you
how
guys.
you know it's been a while, because you decided just to say playoffs.
I mean, hell yeah, it's been a long time. You're absolutely right, fucking right. But anyways, let's go.
Hold on. What else are we talking about? All I heard was playoffs.
Yeah, talking about the Lakers.
Playoffs?
We talking about
Playoffs.
We gonna talk about playoffs. We talking about playoffs. We talking about playoffs. Let's talk about some real playoff stuff. Not no imaginary shit. Not no team that's gonna get bounced in the first round.
Anyways, well, you talking about JG's Rams? All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and move
Are you
forward.
even going?
All right.
Don't try to throw shots.
You know what? Matter of fact, we can go. First of all,
looking kind of bad for these LA Chargers.
I mean, y'all look 4-2. It's cool.
Look, we 4-2 right now. JG, y'all might be undefeated right now, but I guarantee you, the way y'all play, y'all gonna get bounced first round as well, and y'all gonna be the same couch as us watching everybody else play. Just like that, so I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all have no reason not to be in the championship, fam, with the team y'all have.
Let's not digress, fellas.
You getting some other stuff. We'll talk about that.
I mean, we can go ahead and start talking about the NFL week 6 and start of the week 7 already. I mean, currently right now at the time of this recording, we have the Broncos and the Cardinals, and the Cardinals is getting their ass busted. It's 23-3 right now. I was watching it a little bit earlier.
28-3.
28-3, and we were watching that early, and I was talking to JG about it, and of course JG loving it because he wants his team.
Fantasy purposes.
Right.
That's all this. Fantasy purposes.
Right. But the game of the week last week, in my opinion, was still the Patriots and the Chiefs game, and that was a real close one. And we said this in a prior podcast that this was going to be the game to keep our eye on, and it ended up going to 43-40. And I'll start with you, JG, because I know you watched the game. What were your thoughts about this game with the Patriots and the Chiefs?
It pretty much ended up being a shootout, even though the Patriots said that they didn't want it to be a shootout. I just knew it was going to end up happening. I think every team ended up sticking to their game plan, but it was just a lot of firepower on both sides. I mean, for the Patriots, they did do a good job at holding Gronk, but it's only a matter of time before Gronk gets loose. Let's just be honest.
Right.
Julian Edelman did his thing, and Sony Michel, bro, like the running games on both sides was ridiculous. So Sony Michel got off. So if Sony Michel could keep their production up, he's going to be amazing on the Patriots, because they just love to run you down with 2 to 3 running backs. So that's their game. Edelman, he ended up catching a touchdown. Chris Hogan, I mean, he did okay. Chris Hogan he kind of be a ghost now. So it is what it is for him. But I mean, when you got Tom Brady, he can pretty much get the ball to anybody. And then I seen one play that he was about to get tackled like at the goal line, and because dude was worried about getting a roughing a quarterback penalty, that he ended up not tackling him fully, and then Tom Brady ended up running in for a touchdown. I was like, bro, like
they gotta change the rules.
I hate that they have that on their minds, but
that's
the
rules.
It is the rules,
and that's gonna cost somebody a game, yo.
Yeah, a playoff
especially with
game,
Brady,
a Super Bowl,
especially with Brady. So
that.
it was on his mind.
He's definitely the most protected quarterback in the league.
Yeah, that's why I call him a baby back bitch. That's what I call him. Absolutely.
But yeah, the running game was pretty much that was the thing of the night for both sides. Kareem Hunt got off, and Tyreek boy.
Nah.
Tyreek did so good. He pissed everybody in New England off. That man got beer thrown at him and everything. So it ended up being a shootout, man. But I mean, it's hard to win in Foxborough, and I didn't really see them winning, but I knew it was going to be close. So that was a hell of a game, man. If I could watch that every week, I would. If that's the only NFL game I watch weekly, I will watch them too.
Right. Siggy, what were your thoughts on the game?
It was exactly what I thought would happen. I do think that this was more of a prove it for Tom Brady than it is for Pat Mahomes. All the pressure was on the Patriots to win that game because they know that everybody knew that the Chiefs were legit, and a lot of people wanted to question if Tom Brady, time has come, et cetera, et cetera. So give it to Tom Brady, man. He showed that no matter what, he's still the man. And it sucks because Tyreek Hill scored that so quick, and I thought maybe they'll try to just drain the clock all the way out, but with that offense, it's so fast.
Yeah, it's high power, bro. They stay on go. So
yeah, but you can tell though that they need to. I don't know how to. It's hard to say. Hey, you got to slow it down, but that is what the Patriots do very well. They know how to manage the clock. If there's 6 minutes left, they know how to milk all 6 minutes. If there's 2 minutes left, they know how to do it all the way to 2 minutes. And I think that's something that either Pat Mahomes needs to learn more. I know that it was a great play, don't get me wrong, but it seems like with that much time on the clock left, they should have, planned it a little bit better because they could have won. It was going to come down to the last possession. Yeah. And once I saw that score happen, that touchdown, I was like, yeah, Tom Brady's going to win the game now. Mm-hmm. And it turned out they all the way down to the last second, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you gave him 3 minutes. 3 minutes is already 3 minutes is a lifetime for him.
30 seconds is a lot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pretty much, So, and they scored it. What was it? 15 seconds when they got the ball back.
Yeah, kick a field goal, and that's it, man. It's game.
Right. Yep. What are your thoughts, Flock?
It was a game that a lot of people expected it to be a offensive heavy game. So just what it was. I watched it. I did actually get to see it.
I feel you.
It was just what it was. High powered offense. A lot of people like saying that. Some people like defensive plays and stuff like that. You didn't get much of that in that game.
Right. But I will be right. I will be real though. Like I know JG said this a little bit earlier in regards to the run game, but the run game was there for New England. I still feel like Kareem Hunt did well. He got 10 carries for 80 yards, which is dope. But at the same time, they really didn't run that well when it comes to the Chiefs perspective. And plus, when it came to the Chiefs too, I don't think they played well the first half at all. Like they only scored 9 points to New England's 24. In the first half, that's terrible. Of course, in the second half,
you answered your own question right there. That's the reason why they couldn't run, because they were playing catch up.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're playing catch up and everything like that. But I think the Chiefs actually defeated themselves. I think if the Chiefs would have been able to let loose and been able to actually go on the floor as well as in the sky, then they would have probably beat this New England Patriots team. Because I'm looking at it, the New England was pretty solid from the first and through the fourth quarter. Only time the New England had a little bit of issues of scoring was only in the third quarter when they only scored 3 points. But every other quarter they were on it, and it's just like you guys were saying, like they're always on it. So you can't give that a team like that leverage. Now with the game being the way it is, Kansas is 5-1 and the New England is 4-2, and if they keep playing slow against teams like the Patriots, then they're going to continue to get exposed. It definitely was a shootout. It was fun to watch, but it'll be interesting to see how this Kansas City Chiefs team looks later on in the season. But
their defense is still going to be the problem, and then not to mention that they have injuries as well. So,
right.
That's one thing they got to work on. But again, the one thing that they do have on their side this year is the offense.
Yeah,
they could just throw the points up. So
and there's really no holes in that offense either.
Right. Right. Oh man, that offense, man.
I mean, the Patriots' game plan against them was pretty much perfect because everybody assumed it was going to be a battle of the quarterbacks, but they tricked everybody and made it, hey, look, we got a running back here in Michelle. So they were controlling the clock in the first half. They were doing all that. That's the reason why they couldn't get anything going offensively with the Chiefs. But then whenever it seemed like everybody got tired, I think it was actually Michelle that got tired in the second half because he was doing so much in the first half, because then they had White the most of the game after that.
Yep.
But,
and they just run them on checkdowns.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to think. We know the Chiefs can beat the Patriots, or in Kansas City they did last year. So
yeah.
home field is what's going to be important. It looks like.
Right.
Yeah, so that's going to be even though Kansas City lost this game, they still have the inside track for home field. So got to just play the way they've been playing. Though, I mean, honestly, even with their bad defense, it seems like they could beat anybody. I mean, this game was that close. You know, it really was.
Yeah,
in the end.
Absolutely.
So this is a team that knows that no matter how much they're down, they can catch up. And if they are on right away, like you said, if it was reversed and it was 24-9 or whatever in the first half for them, then I don't think the Patriots would have came back.
I believe that. I definitely can believe that. But moving on from a few more other games in the week, Cowboys blew out the Jaguars. I actually was very surprised about this. I thought, hey, maybe the Jaguars would do a little bit better. Yo, get Blake Bortles the hell out of Jacksonville, please. Like, that's, bruh. That man, oh man. And they literally couldn't do anything, like, at all. Like, they had TJ had 8 carries for only 41 yards, and then, like, it just drops down. Like, Blake Bortles was their second leading rusher for that game, and then Dallas just demolished them. Like, it was good for Dallas Cowboys, terrible for the Jaguars. Ravens out here giving zeros to the Titans, 21-0. And everything else was pretty much close for the most part. The Chargers, we beat the Browns. Thank you, Jesus, because I wouldn't have been able to live that down, losing to the Browns this year. So I'm happy about that.
Suffering.
Right. And then another game that actually was kind of close to, and I gotta give him a shout out because he came back. Aaron Rodgers, man, I was not expecting it to be that close. Did you guys get a chance to watch that game at all?
That was also a very exciting game.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't think it was.
I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Like, the 49ers struck first. I mean, even though they ended up having some blunders after that first drive.
I mean, they turned back into the 49ers.
Exactly, yeah. I was like, never mind. I was like, I shouldn't have said anything about them striking first. But, but their running game, I mean, Rita wasn't even supposed to play in that game, and he came through, and they actually had a very nice dual running attack. And Morris wasn't even in the game. He ended up getting benched. So,
and guess what? They have a quarterback now.
Right.
CJ Beathard. It's that Iowa connection, bro. That's all it is. CJ Beathard to Kittle and a Goodwin sighting. Boy, Goodwin got the burners. When he's healthy, oh my God. He had a come out game that game. But I mean, you can't do nothing about AR, fam. This man has no weapons besides Devontae Adams. He ended up making Marquez Valdez-Scantling, which I know who he is because he played at USF. So I'm very familiar with him. He ended up coming through. He looks like a fucking star. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how this man does it, but those bootlegs, play action play. That's like his bread and butter. It doesn't even look like he's injured. I don't know how he's pulling this off. That man is a god.
That man had 3 wide receivers go over 100 yards, fam. 3. You know how hard it is for one wide receiver to go over 100 yards? He had 3. And Marquez had 103 yards with 3 receptions, fam. Only 3. Jimmy Graham, 104 yards, 5 receptions. Now, Devontae Adams, of course, he's going to be getting hit a lot. He had 10 catches for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, man. That is tremendous. That is ridiculous. And let's not mention that also Aaron Rodgers was the second leading rusher for the Packers, and he was only 7 yards behind Aaron Jones.
With a bad knee, right?
With a bad knee.
Right?
Yeah, with a bad knee.
That man has a brace on, and he still looked like he not even missed a step.
That man, Aaron Rodgers, is a problem. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback for sure, and he's definitely that man in Green Bay.
If there is one team that should go after Le'Veon Bell, it should be them. They would a running back.
Yes,
just imagine.
Oh my God, that'd be dangerous.
That's all they need, because he has to do it all himself because there's nothing back there. So, when you have Ty Montgomery as your running back,
and he's a wide receiver, I don't even know how he ended up being a running back.
Like, I know Aaron Jones has flashes, but it's just like all the ones that they always had. They have flashes of good games, but they're not really there to carry the load. They need a Le'Veon Bell. They need a running back. If they had a running back to take the pressure off Rodgers, that team would be even better.
Right. Flock, you got any thoughts of the Packers game? Gotcha. All right, so we can go ahead and move forward. Like I said, there was pretty other games. Just want to mention.
You didn't even talk about the Bears getting beat by the
yeah,
Dolphins with Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that, but before I say that, I'm just gonna say Gruden just truly said, "Fuck it, I'm done. I am over with it. Let's go ahead and tank the Raiders. Let's go ahead and just say." Rebuild, y'all. Rebuild before we get to Vegas because they lost.
Man, I told you they were gonna do
Amari Cooper rumors, fam.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper trade rumors after he got a concussion.
Yep.
And Derek Carr trade rumors.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What is going on there?
I told you it's the
doing what he does.
It's money.
Bro,
He's super tanking. Like it's not even.
It's ridiculous, fam.
Funny at this point.
Right? They gonna come to Vegas ass, bro. They gonna be ass in Vegas for like the next 2 to 3 years, bro. This is ridiculous. Like Vegas don't deserve this. That's all I will say. Las Vegas don't deserve this.
Max money. That max money. They want to make it to where that team has like no contracts.
That fam.
So that whenever they got that revenue from that stadium that year, that first year, and they're gonna make a whole, and they get the tax relief too. That first year. Woo, so I'm telling you, they're doing it. It's all about money. This is all on purpose. This is all on purpose, and they know it. That's why he's not worried. I mean, any other coach would be worried about this. He's not worried, and that's how
he knows. He knows something. Something was up, fam. Something is up.
They know that he got the blessing to do all this. So, yeah, he's gonna make his own team. And he's saying was there before.
He said the Raiders. Oh, we moving to Vegas. Oh, let's fuck it up for Oakland this last season. I'm not even gonna lie. As much as I don't like Oakland Raider fans, especially when they're in Oakland, because they like to just fight everybody, especially the Chargers. I will say though, the city of Oakland and just the entire Raider Nation does not deserve this. Them leaving to go to Vegas. Gruden is fucking all of that up, fam. All of it.
Yeah, I was reading that the Los Angeles Chargers, your Chargers, are not selling out in Los Angeles.
No, they haven't been. Ever since they got there, it was terrible to leave. I said that they needed a new stadium in San Diego.
That's pretty bad because that's Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what they're saying. They can't even sell at the Coliseum.
You got to suck of people just not to be interested in you for them not to sell out in LA.
Yeah,
in LA. I mean, they brought two teams thinking that it was just going to be automatic. Now the Rams had no problem, but then again, they're good. You know, they're winning and they've been there before. Somebody brought up an interesting point. Is because Los Angeles hates you because they used to have the Raiders. They don't like the Chargers.
Yeah,
so
they don't like the Chargers. That's what I'm saying. The owner said, "Fuck it, I'm out. We're leaving San Diego," and there was a petition about that because the San Diego was mad. Only thing they needed to do in San Diego was get a new stadium. That's all. The stadium just needed is to get a new one. That was it. But they moved them from the city and brought them to Los Angeles. They weren't needed in Los Angeles. No one wanted them. That's the thing. Nobody wanted the Chargers in Los Angeles. They could have went anywhere else. They did not want them in Los Angeles, but they did it, and they're having ticket sales, and they've been having issues since the beginning, since they got there. And of course,
I was talking to my homie about this, and their main issue is, first of all, they're in Carson, so that's kind of a hard place to get to, as far as like the entire LA population. Second of all, you're at the StubHub Center, so that's even worse. Like if you're not even selling out the StubHub Center. Third of all, if they were still going to go to LA, my thing is they should have just did what the Raiders are doing now. Like, you're going to be upset, obviously, but you all should have waited until that stadium was done, then come to LA. Y'all shouldn't have just decided to leave right now. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, you burn your bridges, so what? So be it. Because the Raiders are going to do it anyways. But you should have just stayed there. Now it looks even worse because you're not even selling out the StubHub.
Right.
And wasn't it supposed to be the Raiders that go to Los Angeles, and it was the Chargers that might go to Vegas?
It was supposed to be a 3-team.
It was a 3-team.
No, the Chargers were never supposed to go to Vegas.
No, hell no.
It was supposed to be 3 teams, and then the Raiders said, "Oh, we're going to go to Vegas instead because they're going to build a stadium for us."
Right. Yep. Let's just go ahead.
That's crazy.
Right, but let's go
ahead. There was
one
one more NFL news that you forgot about too.
Go ahead.
Paul Allen, him dying.
I was gonna mention that with NBA, but that's
owner of the Seahawks. Yeah.
Okay.
And Microsoft co-founder
of Microsoft.
Rumor is that team might leave now, Seattle. What do you think about that?
Whoa.
Go where?
Because it's death?
I don't know. Yeah, no, they're saying that the new ownership has always been wanting to get out of there if he was out.
Damn, they talking about that man before he even laid to rest. That's crazy.
With that fan base?
Nah, fam. What the
hell? That fan base is pretty dedicated.
That's the loudest stadium in the NFL.
That'd be stupid for them. That'd be stupid for them to leave, fam. That would be stupid. They sell out all the time.
Why do people be so ready to get out of Seattle, man?
Right, Seattle's actually. They said
they have a loyal fan base.
I don't know. That was what I read. I read that Paul Allen's death has impact with the Trailblazers and the Seahawks, but specifically
he did
the
own the
Seahawks.
Trailblazers too. You're right.
Yeah, that's all. That's
be.
what I was gonna mention in NBA because they left the rose for him for the game today.
Yep. No, there could have. Maybe that would have been the other city. Maybe they were to go to Portland.
Go to
instead.
Portland. Huh.
Yeah.
Nah, fam, what the hell? That's stupid. Stay in Seattle. Them fans, I can understand if they didn't have any, if they weren't getting revenue and the people weren't buying tickets and everything like that. People love that. Seattle don't deserve to get screwed over twice with two professional teams.
It's not like they didn't win a Super Bowl and then go back. Like,
exactly.
like,
only Pete Carroll like fucking that up.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Maybe they're just upset at the recent moves, like this year alone. This year or the last 2 years.
That doesn't take that much. Just because of those 2 years, they should leave. That's dumb.
I mean, I agree with you, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of what it could
why. I mean,
be.
Look how many times the Rams moved, though. It's not really about that, because if it was really about loyalty and all that, the Rams never would have left Los Angeles.
True.
So I think more, maybe it's logistics, maybe it's money, maybe it's cost, I mean, it's a whole bunch of things. Maybe it could be taxes. I don't know. But it is interesting that it came up after his death. So I was just thinking, what do you guys think about potential move? I'm pretty sure it might not happen, but
I don't like it. I don't like their team at all, but they need to stay in Seattle.
Right. What do you think, Flo?
I don't.
I feel you. Well, let's go ahead and move on.
He just wants the Supersonics to go back, right?
Well, yeah, he's been saying that. He's been advocate for that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on. And speaking of the Supersonics, we can just go ahead and move on over to the NBA. NBA season is back, baby. Man, it's been a long time coming. It's gonna be a lot of different faces and different jerseys and whatnot, and I just, man. I'm very interested in this NBA season, and I don't need to say why, but I just think it's great that, like, seeing how the West is going to play out. And can we talk about? You can say it. No, I'm not. No,
you already were saying it.
That's what I said. I don't need to say it, but I already said it earlier. I'm more concerned. What's going to go on with the East after what we watched the other day for the first season with the Celtics? And Jesus Christ, all of those missed threes. My God. Who's going to be the team in the East Coast that's going to step up and is going to take the place of the number one team?
It's still going to be the Celtics. I just think that was a bad game for them. Like Kyrie, I was saying that he left all his talent on the Uncle Drew set. Like, because he act like he didn't know how to play. But Jason Tatum, I mean, what can you say about him? Jason Tatum balled out. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter if anybody else was playing. He was playing.
Guess who looked uncomfortable out there, man?
Folks,
Hayward. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. I know he's a great player.
Give him a couple more games, fam. Give him a couple more games.
Hayward thinking about his new League of Legends commercial.
Bro, I saw that shit so many times, fam. I'm like, what the hell? What is this?
Yeah, man. I was like, y'all stop playing this. He thinking about his brand deals. So I think he good on that. He thinking about his kid. But he just needs some more time to develop, because right now I don't necessarily think that he's the right fit for that starting lineup. But I think it'll just come into form. It's just one game, so I can't base it off of that. But I agree with you. In that game, he did look off.
Man, stop saying that, man. You're gonna make Siggy right again, because he said this too. He said that Hayward wasn't gonna be a fit, and I was like, nah, man, he's gonna be good. He's gonna give him a little bit of time. He's gonna come into his own, and he's gonna be fit well for this Celtics team. And first game,
only one game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. One game, and but hopefully.
But in his defense, though, like that first 4 minutes period with both teams, like the Sixers look rusty. Like both the teams just look super rusty. So they just had to get in the form. Yeah, that's all it was. So I wasn't worried about it. Like they'll come together. Like Markelle Fultz, everybody's looking for him to get it back into form. He still has to work on his shot. He has to actually get time out there on the floor. So that's just how it is, man. You just gotta. We'll wait until like the mid-season and we'll see how it is. We'll come back to this topic.
Okay. It's funny though, even with them playing bad, they still blew the Sixers up by like 30 points.
Yeah, 105 to 87.
He like, forget y'all. I've been practicing. I've been training all off season. What y'all been doing? I'm ready to ball.
Kobe.
Said, yeah, he really did. I think Kobe was right, man. Like that's a great mentor for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That man is really, really looking like Kobe out there, man. It was
never
scary.
Be a Kobe Bryant, but I feel you.
Here we go.
What you guys think of the Warriors and Thunder game? It was a good one, right? You guys watch it, JG?
It was surprisingly close.
I watched it. Yeah, it was closer than I thought, but I didn't really see anything, special. The Warriors were the Warriors. That's all that it was. Like, what else can you say? Like, Stephen Curry balled out. Durant did his thing. Draymond scored a measly 2 points, but he got 13 rebounds.
Right.
like Seth said,
I mean,
so
when you got
that's what he does. That's what he does.
When you got Curry and fucking Durant, and then you got Thompson following up. I mean,
just give him the ball. That's all you are. He's just a stat stuffer in all the other categories. So it is what it is. Like I say, like the Warriors are just the Warriors. So it's really nothing else to say about them.
Well, the bigger shock was the center, right? Both of them, Jones and Looney. Who the hell are they?
I mean, just fill-ins, but they play their role just like JaVale McGee did. So man, ain't even gotta do nothing but just sit there and catch rebounds and catch some oops every now and then. You don't need to do too much out there on offense. Just play defense.
I don't mean nothing. I mean, when Cousins comes back and he's full healthy, it's just God dang. Like, even a team in 2K is terrible, fam.
Lord help the NBA.
Right. Oh my God, take them to the East or something, bruh. Something, man, make it a special exception or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, it's the Warriors, and like I said, it's just the first week, and you can't really say, oh, this team's gonna be amazing or anything like that. You can only see promise. So
no, you can say that about them because they've already been winning.
Yeah, well, yeah, because for the most part they have their entire core still. They just added like a couple new pieces. That's really it. Yesterday the 17th, we had a few games too. Had a close game between the Bucks and the Hornets. I blame the Hornets for not winning that game. That's all I'm gonna say about that one.
They had open look, so
yeah, but I know I didn't expect the Bucks to win that one, to be honest with you. I thought the Hornets were gonna win that one, but that's just me. Pistons ended up beating the Nets by 3 points. Okay, 103-100. Then we had the Grizzlies win. Magic beat the Heat on Dwayne Wade's final first game. So now he's going to be starting that tour, going around. And I wonder, are they going to do anything for that? Or did he say he didn't want that at all, since this is going to be his final season?
You know what he does. You know he wants it. Why wouldn't he? If he didn't want it, he wouldn't have announced that was going to be his last year.
Gotcha.
He was coming off the bench too. That game, right?
Yeah, he came. He's gonna come off the bench permanently.
He's gonna give him. They're just limited minutes. I mean, it makes sense.
They cheer for him though.
Oh, of course.
I know there's a lot of Heat fan in Orlando.
I mean, he still got more minutes than the starter, right?
I mean, yeah. Then they're banged up too. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you're gonna limit his minutes, you must just have him start and then sit him. I don't know. It just seems, especially since they're playing him more minutes anyways. I just think it was weird.
Right.
Who knows? But he did say that last year. Remember when he was on the Cavs? Like, he started at first, and then he was like, I don't want to start no more. So I think maybe he just had something to say on the Heat as well. So they just bring him off the bench. It's probably his own decision.
Right. Two games I wanted to talk about: the Cavaliers and the Raptors, and the Pelicans and the Rockets. Did any of you guys get a chance?
They even talk about my Knicks whooping up on everybody. I see how it is. I actually saw that Rockets game, by the way.
I watched the Pelicans and Rockets.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think with that lineup that the Rockets have? Do you guys think that they
trash?
Yeah, I was gonna say that also.
It's really bad, man. I didn't like that they really put James Ennis in there. We were contemplating, speculating who they were going to put in there, and James Ennis got the bin. I told you they was gonna put PJ Tucker in there, and they did.
Yeah, we need Tucker. I thought they said Gordon. Didn't they say Gordon was going to be starting and then he didn't? I mean, that was
I don't know, man.
And then of course Carmelo just was horrible.
Came off the bench. I don't know. I really don't know about the Rockets. We gonna see.
I guess the same thing. Like Flock said, it's just one game, so we gotta give them time. I mean,
we
know
lost a lot of defense. They did get exposed, but it was a high scoring game though. Like the Pelicans, man, like they just shat all over the Rockets.
Bro, they went 30 plus every fucking quarter. What the hell?
It was at least like 3-4 players to score like at least 20 points.
And it was the guy that Flock hates, Miro bitch,
yeah, man. Hey, I don't mean say what you say, but I guess he really likes playing alongside AD because he was definitely doing his thing.
Yeah, he definitely had that Hall of Fame catch and shoot badge working for him.
He did.
You're right.
You're right.
Man, he got 30 points, bro. That's 10 rebounds, 30 points, man.
So they already doing what they needed him to do in Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that had to made you a little mad because he's doing that now. Like, fuck, where was that at when you was in Chi-Town?
No, he had that. He had that in Chicago.
He had flashes. He had flashes.
He had games like that before with the Bulls. He just never could do it consistently. He took a lot of bad shots too. So he took a lot of them dumb heat check shots. Like, okay, you made 2 in a row. Why would you shoot that one though with dude draped all over you? It's like any smart point guard knows to get the, a smart teammate period knows to get the high hand the ball, so you don't have to force it. And he did that a lot. So
what's scary about the Pelicans is they had a really bad shooting day too, and they still did all that.
So, if it's any indication,
they actually might be legit.
Yeah, that's any indication, fam. It's a good looking team.
They had an interesting starting lineup too, because obviously they lost Rondo, but they got Elfrid Payton in the offseason. So it's Payton, Drew Holiday at the 2. Then you still got Etuan Moore in there. Then you got Mirotic and AD.
They wound up throwing more over the
3 now. Yeah.
That's
a small lineup.
Small lineup.
Yeah,
they're playing
it
super
really
small
is,
with
But
it.
let's mention though, Julius.
We talked about that. That's going to be the future.
Yeah,
they don't care no more.
Small ball.
We're seeing small lineups everywhere.
But let's mention though, Julius Randle. He had 25 points. He was 9 for 15. He put in some minutes. So I mean, I'm actually very upset that we got rid of him because I've always liked Julius Randle. I thought it was very unfortunate and how
it was a cap space room.
I know, but it still doesn't mean I can't be upset about it.
You keep him. Guess who you're not going to be able to sign?
Well, of course, I know that. But it sucks because like I definitely think he's a wonderful player, and if we could have kept him, I wish we could have. But yeah, I think he's gonna do very well, and him coming off the bench, man. I mean,
y'all believe in Kuzma more so?
Well,
which I'm not mad. I'm not necessarily mad at, but they played the same position, so one of them had to go.
Yeah.
And then you had Larry Nance at the time too, so it was literally between those two. They were like, we ain't letting Kuzma go.
No, nope.
He was the odd man out.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and just get to just knock this out real quick because I know I'm gonna ask Siggy. Siggy, man, what are your thoughts so far for the MLB? What's going on? I'm letting you
Flock, man. He's doing real good. The Red Sox,
his team is in there.
The Red Sox are gonna do it all the way.
He called it last week. He said that
Red Sox versus Dodgers finals. The Brewers had their chance. They blew it. Oh, man,
I told you, Siggy. I told you. I told you. Yes, I did. I said that.
No. No one gave the Brewers a chance. We never said
they were gonna win anything. We just said you can't just completely count them out.
Yeah.
Because those teams that fight their way in there, those are the teams you got to look out for because they have the most momentum on their side. That's what we both said. We never said they didn't have a chance. We never said that they were. No, we never said they didn't have a chance. Nor did we ever say that they were going to win it.
Exactly.
We said you can't sleep on them because they have momentum on their side. I watched the Mets do that one year and get to the World Series. Nobody thought that they would get there. I watched the Cardinals do that one year and get to the World Series and actually win it. So yeah, I mean,
the Brewers definitely had their chances to make this series in their favor almost every game. They had bad luck that extra inning game with the 13th, whatever inning was. Yeah, yesterday was really the first game that they actually got mauled. Pretty much Kershaw showed up.
They're winning right now.
That was it.
Playoff
Red Sox though.
They up 3 games to 1. They ain't won nothing yet, so they still
win tonight. That's it.
One more to go.
Yeah,
they up right now 1-0.
Yeah, exactly. Bottom of the actually the end of the 5th. So.
No, it's demoralizing. Whenever you're up 3-1, especially
Houston ain't coming back.
Yeah, when you take care of it on their home,
it's just so hard.
Take care of it on their place. Yeah, exactly. Boston has.
Yeah, Boston.
So even if Boston loses this game, which I don't even know if they would at this point, even if they do though, 2 games in Boston, there's no way.
There's no way.
I don't say anything.
I would say it for you.
The final
I'll say it for myself. I ain't speaking for you. I'm saying it for myself.
I've seen it happen before, man.
Yeah, you seen it happen to me with the Yankees, right? But you gotta remember, there was the like I said, that was the.
And it was a 3-0.
It was that Johnny Damon grand slam on that. That was it. That was whenever that happened. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Oh man,
yikes!
But it's that happened. That moment happened pretty much yesterday. Whenever that fan interference call happened.
Yeah.
Thing. When I saw that, I was like, that's it. Boston won this game just on that alone. I know it was early. It would have only been 2-2. I know the game was close. I know they had a chance in the 9th inning, etc. But when something like that happens, it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, it's your time. When that happens, that's it. Boston won. Boston's gonna win the whole series. Sure enough, they won. That catch that Benintendi made was awesome.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, it's Boston's gonna make it in the series. Sorry, Flock. I know you don't want to celebrate too early, but I'll celebrate for you.
Oh man,
congratulations.
So you love saying congratulations when you know it's over.
That man like saying congratulations we don't know shit about.
Congratulations,
man. Anyways, let's move on, man. That's interesting for the MLB. But all right, y'all. Who trying to go to the G League? Get paid in the shade, bruh. Flock, man, we can get you your documents, bro. We can just fake them real quick, you know what I'm saying, and get you back. You know, say you only like 17, you fresh out of high school, get you 125K. You down?
Ace, would you stop? I know I still look young, but I don't look that damn young.
All right, y'all. So if you guys don't know, we are talking about this new rule with the well, actually, we talked about this prior about the kind of the change for the G League, giving opportunities to, instead of top high school prospects doing the one and done and going to trying to attempt to go to the NBA, and I say attempt lightly, to go to the NBA, but they're trying to get some of the high school's top prospects to come down to the G League first, pretty much get them ready, developed and everything like that to move forward to the NBA. At first it was what I think like the top prospects were only getting around like 40,000, JG? 30,000. Now they have upped it to 125,000, y'all. 125,000. We talking.
Oh, wait.
Is that average or is that top scale?
As far as their it's the average salary, 30K. Because
And
obviously a lot of
kids?
them have two-way contracts. No, this is G League. That was G League.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. That's average. That's the minimum salary that G League players get currently is 30K.
Now, what about this 125,000? That's
125 for top prospects.
Top prospects
who are thinking about doing one and done. Instead of doing that, now you have an alternative to do the G League, and you'll get 125.
So this is the question then. The people that are only getting 30,000 that are like the stars of the G League. I don't know if they really have stars and all that, but are they gonna get bumped to 125 now, or are they gonna be still 30 while the kids get 125?
That's a good question.
No. I think as of right now, it's players who enter the program. So this program has not been put out yet, and it's offering to elite players who are eligible for the NBA G League, but not yet eligible for the NBA draft. They will get.
With all that, with that being explained, then we don't even need to really speculate any further. We just go off of what they're saying at this point,
right?
Until we know more. I don't want to start just saying stuff because then we're gonna sound foolish.
Nah,
if it isn't what it is.
For 5 months, 125,000, y'all.
It sounds like a bad idea though already. Because we don't know it, I just think that there's gonna be a lot of people pissed off about it.
Yeah,
Not even the NCAA.
I mean, we just see how it all plays out, but I think this does hurt the NCAA.
Absolutely.
You need that because I always felt like the NCAA tournament is the best thing in sports. Period. To me, I enjoy that more so than any sporting event, the NCAA tournament, because you never get it 100% right. Like, it's a one and done thing. I love the tournament the way it's set up, but if you don't have some of the best players out there playing, it's not gonna have the same lure to it.
All right, so let's just go ahead and throw the question. If you're a top athlete, you're number 2 in the country, you get a chance to go to Kansas, Duke, or whatever, or the G League, what are you taking, Flock?
I'm going to college.
Exactly. I think so too.
I'm going to college because I know for a fact I'm going to get more. I mean, come on, man. Let's not act like these players not getting broke off in college. You're going to get exposure. You're going to get exposure. I mean, it's a lot better than being in Canton, Ohio, or Rio Valley or something like that.
I agree. I don't think anybody's going to take this. I think it's going to be like the JBA.
Why are you grunting while I'm talking, man? Please. You want the attention, please. Go ahead. Spotlight is yours.
I'll piggyback after everyone discusses it.
No, because you was doing it while I was talking, so go ahead and do it now. Go ahead. Why are you grunting while I'm talking?
I'm just saying. I don't know, fam. I mean, I think everybody just goes to the college and everything like that. I definitely do think that's the best thing. But, some people that don't necessarily want that exposure or, the whole college lifestyle. if their families need money or they feel like they need money and everything like that.
I wasn't finished talking when you was sighing while I was talking. I was about to say, on the flip side, you can't speak for the person that, say, who has a mom that's trying to work 2 jobs and all this other stuff, who couldn't afford to send them to college anyway. Because you got college athletes that don't need money. Yeah. Let's keep it real. You got some college athletes that come from well-off families, and you know what I mean. But you do have the players that need that. So that's why a lot of kids was going right out of high school. That's why most of them go one and done. Some of them that should stay, they don't, because they want to put their families in a different situation and in a different lifestyle. I mean, who wants to, the prototypical story. Mom and daddy split up. I don't know who my father is. We grew up in the projects. You know what I mean? I got 3 sisters. Mom's only making $10 an hour. Blah, 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 blah. We heard that story all before, and that's real life. So I was about to say, on the flip side, you can't fault someone who's trying to chase that. But my thing is, if that's going to hurt your draft status, where it can get greater later, I say it's not worth the risk, because you don't know how that's going to play out. You go and sign on for that $125,000, whatever they're going to give you. You go out there halfway into the season and you blow your damn knee out, God forbid. What you stuck with? You have nothing to fall back on, no education, no nothing. At least in college, if you got a 4-year scholarship, you can go back to college and get a damn degree, and you can sign, say you could be a sports agent or something like that, or study sports medicine or something like that, where you can make a living, just not what you went to college for. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say I would go to college. That's what I would do personally. I mean, what's one more year of the struggle? You gonna get a lot of shit off of credit just by you being a top recruit. That's why I said, don't act like these players don't get broke off just because of their name. I'm not saying they all getting cash in their hand on the spot from these colleges, but they're getting something from other places. You got boosters and stuff like that. These people are taking care of these players. Let's not act like it. I know you was a college athlete still, and you got to defend that, but let's not act like that stuff doesn't happen.
No, I got you. And the main reason why I
went to Arkansas State for a minute, bro. So trust me, I know.
All I was mainly just like saying is because of the fact that so many scandals have been going on, especially now more than ever when it comes to schools, boosters, college coaches, college coaches, and everything like that, going in and trying to help these, or not even just help the students, but literally just breaking them off something. By far it was worse in the old days, of course,
because they cracked down on it more so now.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them people that were doing it in the old days are getting caught up now, which is why I'm saying I just don't think that it's worth the risk of doing all that. Even the boosters, so you have to be very careful when it comes to that. The NCAA never played around with that, but especially now more than ever when it comes to, hey, well, I'm a booster, hey, I like what you're doing, I'm gonna take care of your family. That is illegal. That right there can get you to lose your NCAA scholarship right there. And the clearinghouse won't play around with that. Even if it has nothing to do with the school, but a booster finds out, oh, you're a player, you're a star player, your mom is struggling, your dad is struggling, whatever it may be, they give them money. If the NCAA were to find out, that can be a case right there, and that could potentially make that person ineligible for the rest of their 2-3 year tenure at their school. So that's all I was saying. You got to be careful with that type of ordeal. That's all I was saying. Go ahead, JG. I know you wanted to say something too.
So basically, there are pros and cons to each one. I really am curious about the G League thing because it can possibly be a pro. You get 125,000, and depending on how it ends up with your tenure in the G League, you could have a better track to get to the NBA. Because obviously you're under their wing already, so you don't have nothing to worry about. Yeah. But again, a con, what I was saying is, if there are not enough top prospects that go into the program, who's going to watch the G League anyways? Because let's be real, we don't watch the G League. The only reason why I really started paying attention to the G League is because of Twitch. And now I know a lot more about who's in, who's out. We were seeing some people like, damn, like, you still play ball? You're in the G League? I didn't even know that. But it's still very, very hard for them to get the viewership and the audience attendance in the G League compared to NCAA. People they'll go to a Duke game every single game. They'll go to a Kentucky game every single game. Like, the NCAA is still dumb hype and that's one of the pros for being in
Exposure.
college.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You get hella exposure. You'll be the man on campus and all
what
that
I'm
stuff.
saying.
You'll get all those perks, and then once the NCAA tournament
Starter.
comes around, everybody knows who you are. But again, like, you may still end up being a nobody, even if you are, say the number one top prospect the next year ends up going in this program. I'm sure that some people will end up paying attention, but do you think that many people will be paying attention if you go to G League instead? No, it's
Nope.
not going to happen. And instead, like, if you end up signing on to a Duke in Kentucky or one of those top teams. So
What would your stats need to be to even be considered good? Because I see scrubs get 50 points in the G League. So what would a star athlete out of high school need to get to be considered great?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And then another thing with the G League is, some of these people have two-way contracts, right? So they'll end up getting brought up. Say if somebody gets injured, that's when I typically see somebody come up. Is when it's the next man up mentality when you actually need them. So is it going to be like that? Is it when you go to the G League and you're in this program, are you going to automatically go on a two-way contract, and are you going to get brought up the same way, or are you?
You don't sound like, because they would make it sound like you got to get to draft first.
That's what I'm saying. So why would it be different for them? That's why I say it's a lot of things that I need answers for, as far as like how this program works, like the ins and outs.
Why risk it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Why risk it? Like I said, and at this point, like I said earlier, I don't want to do too much speculating about it because we don't know the full parameters of it. All I'm saying is, when you ask the question, which would you rather do, I would definitely pick college. Because if you got to do all that and go through all those hoops and shit like that, you may as well just go to college for that year or two and then do that. That way, you get drafted, you sign that contract, you have this is the key word, guaranteed contract, not a two-way contract. Not some $125,000 shit, not waiting to get a call to get a 10-day contract, but a guaranteed, at least 2 of those years are going to be guaranteed on your rookie deal, and the team option is for the next 2. So if that happens, which more than likely, if you're playing at least somewhat decent, they're going to pick up your option. So if you get drafted middle of the pack, you're still going to bring home at least $2 to $3 million a season. So I would pick that over $125 million anytime.
And you nail it in the head too with the playoffs, the tournament. Because if, let's say, me and you're the top 2, and I choose G League and you're in the tournament, who you think gonna get the most looks? Publicity, exactly. Even if I score 60 points average in the G League, no one's gonna know.
It's that old adage: if a tree falls in the woods, nobody here doesn't make a sound. That's exactly what that is. I'm not taking that chance, especially you gotta believe in. If you don't have them hanger-oners on you telling you, oh, you nice, you better than Jordan, you go out and don't do that. If you got all these people that's credible telling you, hey, I believe he should do. You don't think these athletes watch, Sports Center and all these other sports shows that talk about that? They say, I think he should go here. He has a potential. He has an upside. Those teams are listening to that too. And if you can go out there and ball out, you go out there and ball out in that tournament, especially if you're going to a top program. Now, I'm not saying do that if you're going to, what's a fucking slow ass college? Some college that nobody really knows about, but not know Division II or something. But if you got a chance to go to a North Carolina, a Duke, a Michigan State or something like that, I'm taking that. Especially if I know I'm gonna fit right in and be out there playing. No way in hell am I passing that up to go and play for the damn the Mad Ants. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
They would have to promote the hell out of you. Now, I know the NBA, they can do it, but I highly doubt that they're going to take the time to promote these top prospects if they go in the program first.
They can't even get the people to watch the league. Yeah. No one's watching the league, so how are they going to promote one? You just a spoke on the wheel at that point. They can tell you and give you all these stories that they want. You're just a spoke on the wheel at that point. You're just another dude trying to make an NBA roster, playing with a bunch of other dudes trying to make an NBA roster. That's what that is.
I just have a feeling that more times than not with this program, and again, we'll have to see, but I just have a feeling that the people who end up going in this program, they're going to end up in G League purgatory unless you're really good.
And if you really need the money and you don't want to spend in college, can't they just go overseas? I mean, what did Doncic make? Did he make millions over there? And then he got drafted, and that didn't. I mean,
that's true.
He looked good his first game.
He did. He did. He looked decent. So, like I said, it's going to be a huge risk for anybody who does take this. But like I was saying, I don't think that. I mean, obviously, it's a shot at the NCAA because they're trying to take players away. But this is really a direct shot at the JBA. Yeah, it's really at the JBA. The JBA is done because that's what LeVar wanted to do. He wanted to bring those people away from college, from the NCAA. But with this, I mean, why would you go to the JBA?
Yeah, why would you? Wasn't there the rumors that he wasn't even paying guys?
Yes.
Oh man, so, see what I mean?
Why would you?
It ain't worth it.
Why would you even do that? You might as well just go straight to the NBA and get 125. That's way better, way better. And it's the same thing. You're going after top prospects. That's what LeVar was going after. Top prospects who didn't want to go to college.
Bye JBA.
Playing them. So yeah, JBA is done, bro.
Done. So get it out of there.
And it just depends on the player and the situation. Me personally, I think I'm a lot more calculated with stuff like that. So I would definitely pick NCAA, especially if I'm going to a top tier college.
Now what happens
I'm going to have more people watching me during college season than they would ever in one game is going to get more views and stuff like that than the entire G League season.
What happens if the top 100 all say no and number 102 decides he wants to go to the G League? Are they still giving him 125? Is he considered a top player now?
I don't know. I don't know what the cap is.
Once again, we don't know.
We don't know. Like it's based on performance. Is it the top
300? Is it the ESPN 300? Like any of them? I would doubt it. I would think it'll probably be like at least 50, but I think 100 will probably be a good amount, a good number. But
I'm sorry, we don't know. 125,000 or the potential to help you make millions. Now, I think this league. This benefits players that are kind of the mid-tier to lower tier that they know in their heart they probably won't end up to the league, but they want to go that route or they want to attempt to go that route. I see that they would do it, but it's just really, really hard because if the players are going to do this, if some players are going to go into the G League and it doesn't work out for them, they better be paying. All I got to say is they better be paying for these individuals' school. That's all I'm going to say. If they have some type of incentives to say, hey, if you guys don't make it out and you still are in a G League, we're paying for your college. Something like that. They got to do that.
That's actually a good idea.
They would have to do something like that because this is just going to open up the floodgates. Like, look, I know a lot of people say college is just ways for you to be in debt and everything like that, but I also never will ever go against getting your education. Your education is very important. And I feel like if the G League is going to do this, they need to offer something to those players because at least if these players are doing one and done, at least they got a year into college. With this program, they're not going to have anything, fam. Imagine being 24, 25, 26 years old. Yes, I know it happens, but imagine being 25, 26 years old, whatever, and you are in this purgatory when it comes to the G League. You have not done anything when it comes to education. Imagine how it's going to make people feel when they're trying to get it started 25, 26, 27, being a freshman in college. That's even if they can afford it. Like,
it still kind of sound like you preaching though, because let's be real. Nowadays, you don't need it. You don't need a degree, fam. You really don't. You really don't need a degree. I understand. It depends. Obviously, it depends on what occupation. So don't say that education is the only thing, because it's not. Like people found millions do other things. So I will at least defend that on that point. If you just don't care about school at all, if you like, I don't care, I don't want to do any classes, I know I want to play basketball, I know I want to eventually go to NBA. If that's all that you care about and you need the money right now, go to do the program. Then. There you go. But at the end of the day, you still got to put in work.
Yep.
So exactly. That's the end. That's the end all be all. You still got to put in work regardless. Right. Whether you a top prospect, go to NCAA, end up being a bust, or if you a top prospect, go to G League, end up being a bust. It don't matter.
Oh man.
I know if it was my kid and he came up to me and they're saying that the top schools want you and hey, you want me to go to G League, I'm gonna tell them no, you go to school, because in the end you're gonna be making more money with the sponsorships, forget the team whenever you do get drafted, but all the other stuff that comes with it. If you go to the G League, you're kind of putting yourself in this bind where you're not marketing yourself at that point, you know what I mean? Or you're not marketable in the future.
Oh yeah.
Unless you do get drafted number one.
You're dependent on that league to market you.
Yeah, that's why I said, and it's a high possibility or probability right now that they won't.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially when the G League, runs around the same time that the NBA does. Like, I could see if it was a summer thing, but I mean, the G League season starts in November.
Right.
And I don't barely see any ESPN highlights from G League games. The NBA is going on. You still got hockey going on. You got NFL going on. 10. So I mean, yeah, they could be on the top 10.
I mean, like right now, like the best player in the G League is like what, Isaiah Whitehead, right? And I mean, I don't get I don't even know what they would need to get these players.
There's no
what
appeal.
Their score would need to be just to be considered good. That's the thing.
We don't know. We
just be
like
oh yeah,
we don't know.
That kid that was a high prospect, right? Then okay, whatever.
Yeah, like I said, going back to my point, like, these players, they end up coming up, but it's not necessarily because they're good. It's because a player got injured and they need you, and now you get a chance to show your worth. But I haven't seen a player just go from the G League to the NBA for pure skill, because if that was the case, you would have still been in the NBA.
Exactly.
Right.
So I don't get it. So it's a lot of questions that need to be answered about this program.
Right. But that was a good discussion. Definitely let us know what you guys think down in the comment section. Once again, appreciate you guys that are listening to us on all podcast formats. Shout out to you guys on the YouTube channel. If you guys would like to continue to support the game Illuminaughty as a whole, be sure to check out our Patreon. That is patreon.com/GIupdates. Have a cool, pretty awesome tiers. I've been playing a lot against a lot of the members of the Discord and 2K at the moment. We got Soul Calibur coming out, all the video games. So if you guys are interested, check that out. That's patreon.com/GIupdates. This has been Ace of All Trades, UTXJJ Don, Siggy Guns, and Flock, and we out of here. Peace.